So again, this is the part of the explanation of how you build the present perfect. I have not visited Egypt. She has not or she has been there. And then we have some adverbs. Could you please read these examples?
Okay. They have never visited Egypt. She has recently been there. They have just visited Egypt.
Very good. So you have the subject, you have the auxiliary, have or has, when it's affirmative, or have not or has not when it's negative. And then you include the adverb. I have never visited Egypt. I have just visited Egypt. It means it just happened, maybe last week. She has recently been there. So you use never, just, and recently is very similar. It's the same, right?
Mm.
So tell me about a place, Anita, that you have just visited.
Okay, they have visited, sorry, I am, I was,
No, I have. As always, I have.
I have recently been only countries or cities
Could
too?
be a city, could be any
Okay.
place. Mhm.
I have recently been Salinas
Mhm. To Salinas
the
for
last week.
very good. So take a look. This is a great example. I have recently been to Salinas. But if you say last week, that's not okay. I went to Salina last week. I went to Salinas. That's why
Yeah.
this is indefinite. So you use it for activities when you don't say the time. The time isn't clear. It just happened not so long time ago, right? But if you say the time, so last week is you are saying the time. Then you have to say I went to Salinas last week, right?
Okay.
And this is a simple past.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
so that's the
For
difference.
for the for the past perfect,
Present perfect.
present perfect is not necessary talk about the time.
Exactly. This is
Okay.
one of the uses when you want to talk about the indefinite past. It means you won't say when. If I say when, for example, if I say I've been, let me give you an example. If I say I've been to the USA, but you don't know when, then you use I've been. But if I say the time, I visited the USA last year. Then you know it was last year, right? So then you have to use the simple past. If I, exactly the same, if I say in 2014, then I need to use the simple past. This is incorrect. No.
Mhm.
So it's indefinite time or life experience, right? So I've been to a volcano. I've been to to an amazing waterfall. So let's continue. And this is the way we ask the question. So for the yes, no questions, we start with the auxiliary, then the subject, and then the past participle, right? You can use ever, which is similar to alguna vez if you use ever, and you need to write it between the subject and the past participle. So, have you ever been to Egypt? ¿Alguna vez has estado? So when you say ever, it gives this idea. Affirmative, yes, I have. Yes, she has, or no, she haven't, or she hasn't, or they haven't. For the WH question, which are the information questions, you have to start with the information question word. How often, when, who, where, and exactly you repeat the same structure. right? So let's practice a little bit. Let me see if I have more. Okay, this. Could you please read this part?
Yeah. Use the present perfect to show that something happened at an indefinite, not exact, time in the past. Use the present perfect when you don't know when something happened or when the specific time is not important. Use the present.
Take a look. They've traveled to Egypt, but you don't say the time. I've been to Rome. You don't say when. When you say when, then it's simple past. I visited Rome in 2014. Mm, Okay, next use. Could you read this part, please?
Use the present perfect, not the simple past, to show a connection to the present, the result of the action or state important in the present. The hotel has closed it.
Very good. The
So we
hotel,
can
continue, sorry.
stay there now.
Very good. So this is when just the situation has happened and it's still happening in the present. So if I say, so you have two uses. Number one, when it's a life experience and you don't mention the time when the situation happened, right? Number two, when the situation happened in the past and continues till the present. So the hotel has closed. It means closed in the past at certain point is still closed. So the hotel has closed. And then we have these two uh, have been and have gone to, but for some speakers it's the same. He has been to France. He's gone to France, right? For many speakers, he's gone to France means that the person is visited France is still there, right? But it's not for every speaker the same. So then the second use, could you please read this part?
You can also use the present perfect with adverbs of time or time expression to show that something happened at an indefinite time in the past. For repeated actions at some indefinitive time in the past, use adverbs of time or time expressions so that twice, often, many times. Often, of,
Often or often is exactly the same and it means seguido, right?
am.
So I twice or many times. So you cannot write the time, but you can say how often. So twice, many times, very often, right? And then also you can use so far. So this is something that continues in, for example, so far, es hasta ahora. So far, I've taken this, so far, I've done this. So let's continue. When you have actions that continue in the present, you have to use always or never. We've always wanted to go to Egypt. I've never ridden a camel, right? So now let's take a look at this. And again, take a look. You have to write always, never, the adverb between the auxiliary and the verb in the past participle. So no, I always wanted. I've or we've always wanted. I've never ridden a camel. Okay, so now let's go with the questions. I know this is a lot of, but then we have the practice. Could you please, Anita, read this part? And the question.
To ask question and give negative answer, use ever, equal at any time before now, never. Have you ever been to Rome? Rome or Rome?
Rom.
Rome. No, I've never been there. Or no, never.
Very good. So have you ever been to? again, you use ever between subject and being. I've never been there, or no, never. Okay, let's go with this part. I think this we're going to do it again, but to check this again later. But now let's go with this part. Okay, so now you have to decide if the second statement is true or false, right? And according to this, so adventure vacations have become very popular means they are popular now, true or false? In this case, it's true because they were popular in the past and they continue being popular in the present. And that's why you use the present perfect, right? So number two, could you read it and tell me if this statement is true or false? It means if it has the same meaning as this statement.
I've been to Italy twice. I was there 2 years ago.
Is the
No,
same?
false.
False. Very good. So you use the past. In this case, this is the past of the verb be, and this is false. Very good. Number three. Let me delete this.
I have never been to the Himalayas. I went to the Himalayas a long time ago. I have never, false.
False. Very good. Number four.
I've just returned from China. I was in China a short time ago. Maybe true.
It's true. Very good. So look, take a look. It's not that you just can use one tense. This and this is the same. This is the past of the verb be, and this is the present perfect, but it's the same. Number five.
Greg asked you, have you ever been to Costa Rica? Greg wants to know when you were in Costa Rica. Greg asked you, have you ever been to Costa Rica? I'm not sure.
Take a look. Have you ever been to Costa Rica? It means, have you ever had this experience? Have you experienced being in Costa Rica? And the other is more specific. When the person is sure.
Okay, it's false.
Very good. So number one, I don't know. I wonder. Have you ever been to? So have you ever been to? So that's false. Number six, and this is the last one.
Martha asked you, have you read any good travel books lately? Martha wants to know about a travel book you read last year. False.
Very good. Pronunciation of this word. Read, the present. I read a book today. Read is the pronunciation.
Right.
But
Read.
the writing is the same, right? So have you read lately? Yes, I read a book. I don't know, I read a book last week. Very good. So now let's continue. Okay, so I don't think so. This is going to be because you have these exercises in the platform, by the way.
Yes.
So on the platform, so no need. Okay, so here you have to build affirmative and negative statements. So in this case, you won't write, but you are going to tell me the sentences about things Andy has done and things he hasn't done. So here you have the checklist, and the checks are those activities he has done, and what he hasn't done is what you don't have to check, right? So tell me number one.
Rent a car.
No, you have to complete like Andy has.
Andy has rented a car.
Very good. Number two.
Okay. Yeah.
So one thing, he has or he hasn't.
Okay. Yeah.
The checks is what he has done.
Ah. Yeah. Andy hasn't rented A motorcycle.
No, he hasn't rented a car, but here you have this, and this means he has done this activity. That's what he checks. Like, so he hasn't rented a car, but he has rented a motorcycle. You see? So go with number 4. And this is affirmative. The person has done this.
Andy has gone out in a hot air balloon.
Very good. Continue. Number 5.
Andy Andy has had some really unusual food.
Very good. Next, number 6.
Andy hasn't saw
Hasn't?
saw
So,
so ancient pyramids.
the ancient pyramids. Very good. So, that is the way of the present, of the simple, of the present perfect. So, this is for you. I am going to send you some homework that you have to do it now, right? And you have to write. Let me look for the writing. Okay, this is the editing, which is also interesting. So in the editing, you have to read these comments, and there are 12 mistakes. And the first mistake is already corrected. So I am going to send you this so you do it yourself, right? You correct it and then you send it to me, and we can check this on the weekend. So we have classes on Sunday. We can check this on Sunday. Now we have a listening exercise, Anita. So
Okay.
you have to listen to the conversation and check if this is true or false, right? She has been on her annual vacation. She has never done adventure traveling. And now, please, Anita, you need a piece of paper and a pen or a pencil to do this. Are you ready? You have this.
No.
Now, yeah.
Okay. Okay. I back.
So, are you ready? Good. So then
No,
let's.
no, I don't ready.
No, not ready. Okay, tell me when you are.
Okay, I am ready.
Very good.
It's time for my annual vacation, and I'm looking for something different this year.
Okay. What type of vacation are you interested in?
Well, I've done a lot of adventure traveling, and I've enjoyed things like whitewater rafting. But this time, I'm looking for something really unusual, something exciting and challenging, something I've never done before.
Well, you've come to the right place. Here at Adventure Travel, we have lots of exciting possibilities. Here, take a look at this. Have you ever gone hang gliding? We've got a great trip in Australia that includes hang gliding. So far, all of our clients have loved it.
Hang gliding's great, but I've done it. Quite a few times, actually.
Okay. Travel Today's just come out with the results of their survey. Their readers say that the #1 adventure vacation this year is skydiving. I bet you haven't tried that.
No, I haven't. But I think that's a little too adventurous for me. I don't want this to be my last vacation after all.
I understand. How about shark diving then? Have you ever been shark diving?
Shark diving? You're kidding, right?
No. Believe it or not, it's probably a lot safer than skydiving. You get really up close and personal with the sharks. But you're in this cage, see?
I don't think so. Maybe I should stay on land.
Okay. How about snowmobiling in Canada?
Been there, done that. Not my favorite form of transportation. Too noisy. But, all this talk about adventures made me think maybe what I really need is a nice, quiet vacation.
Well, then this here is the perfect vacation for you. It's a wonderful location, and it's quite affordable too. Here, take a look at the brochure.
Okay, so Anita, tell me about the woman, what she wanted.
Okay. She has just been on her annual vacation. True.
Okay,
She has never done adventure traveling. Or true.
She has never done, it means she never had this kind of experience, any kind of adventure. So for example, all these activities they were talking about, all these are adventure activities. So some of them she hasn't never done, but yeah, she has done some adventure. So when you say she has never done adventure traveling, it means she has never had this experience in her life. And that was false because she did some.
Okay.
The number 4.
She wants to do something new. True.
Something new. Very good. Number 5.
Okay, the number 5. She has been hang gliding a few times. False.
No, that was true.
True. Okay.
We're going to listen again. Wait for a second. We're going to listen every part. I don't have the transcript, but let's
It's time for my annual vacation, and I'm looking for something different this year.
Okay. What type of vacation are you interested in?
Well, I've done a lot of adventure traveling.
I've done a lot of adventure traveling.
Okay.
I've done. What happened with this is that we say I have done. This is the full form, right? When people speak, they use contraction. I've done. I've done a lot of adventure traveling.
And I've enjoyed things like whitewater rafting. But this time,
I've done things like whitewater rafting.
looking for something really unusual, something exciting and challenging, something I've never done before.
What she's looking for, Anita? What she just mentioned. What is she looking for? What is she looking for?
The adventure.
Adventure, something exciting, something I've never done before.
Well, you've come to the right place. Here at Adventure Travel, we have lots of exciting possibilities. Here, take a look at this. Have you ever gone hang gliding? We've got a great trip in Australia that includes hang gliding.
So he mentions this hang gliding, and I think this is a la delta, I'm not sure, but this is hang gliding. So, and listen to her, what she says about hang gliding.
So far, all of our clients have loved it.
Hang gliding's great, but I've done it. Quite a few times, actually.
Okay.
So she has been hang gliding or not?
Yes.
Very good.
Mhm.
So let's listen the next one. She has been skydiving or not? What do you have? What do you have? She has been? Has she has been skydiving or she hasn't?
She has been.
She has been, so that's true. Let's listen.
Travel Today's just come out with the results of their survey. Their readers say that the #1 adventure vacation this year is skydiving. I bet you haven't tried that.
No, I haven't. But I think that's a little too adventurous for me. I don't
Mm.
want this to be my last vacation after all.
Okay. This is true or false? Number 6.
False, false.
Very good. And why she doesn't want that? She said so. Why she doesn't want to go skydiving?
Eh, she she say that is a an,
Like too adventurous, right? Like too risky. She doesn't want this to be
okay.
her last vacation after all. She has never been shark diving.
True.
True. Perfect. She has never been.
Understand. How about shark diving then? Have you ever been shark diving?
Shark diving? You're kidding, right?
No. Believe it or not, it's probably a lot safer than skydiving. You get really up close and personal with the sharks, but you're in this cage, see?
I don't.
Why shark diving is not so dangerous? The travel agent explains.
Mm, he said that is a very seguro.
It's safer. It's safer
Safe.
than skydiving.
Mhm.
And you are in a cage. Cage es jaula.
Ah,
So you are in a cage.
what mean diving?
Diving, okay, diving es como when you go diving, when you go, es como bucear. I forgot the word in Spanish. It's like this. So
Mm,
you go shark diving. It means that es como bucear con los tiburones.
mm.
And you can do this activity also in the Galapagos, by the way. And let's
Think so. Maybe I should stay on land.
Okay. How about snowmobiling in Canada?
Been there, done that. Not my favorite form of transportation. Too noisy. But, you know, all this talk about adventures made me think maybe what I really need is a nice, quiet vacation.
Well, then this here is the perfect vacation for you. It's a wonderful location, and it's quite affordable too. Here, take a look at the brochure.
So what you thought about being snowmobiling in Canada?
She say that is very
Noisy, right? And she has done this, or she's never been snowmobiling in Canada?
She's never been.
No, she has done it. She's
Ah,
done it. She has done it. So finally, she made a decision or not?
no, she say that is uh, her prefer a travel quiet
Mhm.
and she chose the relaxing on a tropical island.
Very good. She chose this, relaxing on a tropical island. Very good. So let me stop recording.